This month, the 95th Oscar Awards were held in Los Angeles. The most nominated film of the night, all in all, was also the most awarded. The production took home 7 statuettes, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Leading Actors, and Best Supporting Actor and Actress. Germany's Western Front won against Argentina in 1985 in the Best Foreign Film category, and it won 3 other awards, making history. It received its first Oscar for the naval documentary that chronicled the political rise of Kremlin critic Alexei Navalny. The ceremony went smoothly. Perhaps the surprise was the appearance of 2 animals on the stage. The donkey Jenny from the film Banshees of Inisherin and the imitation of Cocainberg the bear. This is something to note that is a novelty. Nominees and guests at the Academy Awards walked on a champagne-colored carpet, marking the first time in 6 decades that the Oscars have not had their traditional red carpet. In this video, we focus on sharing some interesting trivia about the event itself, rather than discussing the winners and films in general. One of the most memorable moments of the night was the reunion between Indiana Jones and Short Round. This moment harkens back to 1984, when Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom was released, and Short Round was introduced as a key character in Harrison Ford's journey. Interestingly, the actor who portrayed Short Round went on to win the Best Actor award at this year's ceremony. Following his appearance in Temple of Doom, the actor struggled to find noteworthy roles in the industry, only participating in 2 productions between 2002 and 2021. However, in 2022, he received a call from the Daniels, offering him the role in the film Everywhere, a Lad One. This role ultimately won him the Best Supporting Actor award at the Oscars. This unusual addition to the event is just one example of how the Oscars seem to get stranger each year. Interestingly, the donkey was actually a tribute to 2 films. The first being The Vengeance of Fifi, also known as Inisherin RB, an Irish film, in which the donkey is the protagonist. The second being Banshees of Inisherin, which features a donkey named Jenny. Bringing the donkey onto the stage was a reference to these films and added to the quirky nature of the evening. Lastly, something worth noting is that this year's event marked the first time in 6 decades that the Oscars did not have their traditional red carpet. Instead, nominees and guests walked on a champagne-colored carpet, marking a departure from tradition. Overall, the 95th Oscar Awards, held in Los Angeles, provided plenty of interesting and memorable moments. From the reunion of Indiana Jones and Short Round to the appearance of a donkey on stage, this year's ceremony certainly had its share of surprises. But this time she surprised us with a black dress and nothing else but the dress, and it was something that caught the attention of many people. And that generated many comments on social networks. And finally, the last point we want to touch on is the moment when the award for Best Picture was announced, and the winner was the movie directed by Martin Scorsese, which had been nominated for several awards, and that finally took home the most important of the night. That's it for the trivia about the event. Now you know that there was a donkey on the stage, a movie about a donkey, a wardrobe surprise by Lady Gaga, and the winner of the Best Picture award. Very extravagant, always having a unique staging. However, in this performance, she was wearing a black t-shirt, a pair of sneakers, and a braid. She was barely made up or wearing very natural makeup, simply singing. In that performance, her voice was the protagonist, and it was something very interesting to see her live. Then, at number 5, we have Steven Spielberg. He didn't get any statue at the end of Spielberg's film, The Fabelman, despite being nominated for 7 Academy Awards, among which were Best Film, Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, Best Art Track, Best Actress Supporting Actor, and Production Design. In other words, we are talking about quite important nominations. But in a way, Steven Spielberg didn't go bad or sad either, since the films that, between quotation marks, were films that he either enjoyed or had some kind of relationship with. For example, with the movie Everything at the Same Time Everywhere, a bear also sneaked in. In this case, the bear was a fake. It was a person inside a bear costume, but it was appreciated by Elizabeth Banks, the director of Kokomi. If you haven't seen this movie at all, I recommend you watch the trailer. I recommend you to go to the cinema to see it. It's a comedy movie, I think. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm curious because it is a movie that treats real facts. Real, although it does not seem it, are not exactly what we have done. But well, the basis of the plot itself is true. And it is basically that a cocaine business deal was made, that I don't know how many kilos of cocaine were lost in the forest. In the forest, which a bear ingested and went absolutely crazy with a plot as surreal as it is. It really is one of the most anticipated and expected by a lot of people this year, 2023. And finally, as it was made last year, which in fact, I'm going to leave you a video up here. We are going to talk about the prize bags, those juicy bags that they give to the nominees. And they are basically objects or experiences that they give to the nominees for Best Actor and Supporting Actor and Best Direction, and that are usually valued at a lot of money for so many people because we are talking about nominees who are no longer winners. The bag of goods and stuff was worth about $253,000, but this year it's down to about $126,000. It's still a crazy amount of money for each nominee, but it is true that it is practically half of it. Let's go to what we are interested in. What is in this bag? Well, the first of all, is a 3-day getaway to Canada with a value of $40,000. It includes a luxurious mansion, 2 cars, a Shelby Cobra, and a McLaren 2023, a trip to a lighthouse in Italy for $9,000, which allows you to take 7 friends with you. If you're a Hollywood actor nominated for an award and want to go to the Emperor's Lighthouse in Naples with 7 friends, you get all of that plus Vespa rides, yacht rides to Capri, and a stay in a private property by the sea. The bag also includes small things like making renovations in the mansion for $25,000. And if that's not enough, there's arm surgery worth $12,000, which Dr. Thomas, who is known to repeat for the Oscars, has already given away to artists like Harry Styles and Rosalia at the Grammys. Finally, there is a loaf of Japanese sliced bread valued at $18 inside the bag. I wonder what this bread tastes like. Despite being an expensive whim, a lot of people could afford the things inside the bag. So, what do you think of all these curiosities? Let me know in the comments. If you liked this video, give it a like, subscribe, and see you in the next one.